Hey folks, this is Rhykker with a new Diablo 3 Necromancer video. Today, the Necromancer beta was announced. Blizzard today revealed that the Necromancer beta test is coming soon, quote, right around the corner. No dates were given, and it will be a closed beta. So do be sure that you opt in. Go to the Battle.net website, go into your account, go to the beta page, and make sure you're opted in, otherwise you have no chance of getting in. So that right there is basically the too long didn't watch version of this video. Now we'll go into the full details. When I saw this post go up today, I was not expecting to see this announcement so soon. It's great news, and a lot of us were thinking that we might have to wait until BlizzCon 2017 in order to get the Necromancer, but looks like it might be sooner than that. Now last week I was in California at the Secret Diablo Summit where we got to preview the Necromancer. It was just the same PAX demo that was shown a few weeks prior, but we got to talk to the devs and learn a bit more while giving our feedback, and one thing that we learned is that the Necromancer was in its final stages of development. They were finalizing the runes on the skills as well as the passives. And after that, all they had left was the sets and items. So on the list of things needed to develop for the Necromancer, the second to last thing was skills and passives, and then the final thing was sets. So this is where we've arrived, and I figured there would still been another few months, couple months at least, before we'd hear anything more on the Necromancer. So for this news to come so soon is really a surprise, a pleasant surprise. So Blizzard says, prepare yourselves, the Necromancer beta test is right around the corner. Invitations to our closed beta test will soon be going out worldwide. If you're invited, we'd love to hear all about your adventures on the forums, watch your live streams, and see screenshots and videos of your experiences as you wield the dark powers of the Necromancer. Please keep in mind that the Necromancer and other parts of patch 2.6 are still in development, so that confirmed that the Necro is coming with patch 2.6. As such, content in the closed beta may change and does not necessarily represent the final version. How to participate: if you're interested in participating, you'll want to make sure you're opted in. We explained how to do that. And in order to be eligible, you actually have to have a Diablo 3 license on your Battle.net account. You can't have been suspended or banned or anything like that. Please note that opting in does not guarantee you beta access, especially since invites to our closed beta will be extremely limited. But it does at least give you a chance at joining the beta test. Now, it was some time ago that we learned from Blizzard that we would be able to try the Necromancer before it went live. Through some kind of, back then they called it the PTR, that they would have some kind of PTR, but that they would do it differently from their other PTRs. So I guess this is what it is. It's actually going to be a closed beta, and PTR is basically the same as beta. You can call it an open beta for content batches, so this is just a closed PTR, and it makes business sense. I was really surprised when they said that they were going to put it on the PTR, because I was honestly expecting maybe that it wouldn't even be beta or PTR at all, that it would just go straight to launch. Again, this is a product that they're selling. Price still not announced, release date still not announced. Though if I had to guess on a price, I'd say maybe $15, somewhere in that ballpark. Basically, if they just put the Necromancer on PTR for anyone to try out for months in advance, there's a couple reasons why that would be a bad idea, and one would be that it would hurt the hype. If they want people to actually pay for the Necromancer when it launches, then giving people access to it for free for months in advance doesn't seem like the best business move. People who will try out the Necromancer in those months of beta testing, or however long the beta test lasts, might, enjoy it, but then grow bored of it, as is normal with any game, and then when it actually releases, they might not feel the impetus to actually buy it. Furthermore, because it'll be a beta experience, things will be broken. The experience will in some way not be as polished, not be as good. So if people are just doing this beta test just for the sake of trying out the Necro and not intending to give feedback, as is often the case with the public test realm, most people go on the PTR just to try out the new stuff in advance, not to actually give feedback or bug test. So if these people go on and they're going to get a, sort of subpar experience, they might just be thrown off the Necromancer altogether and not end up buying it. So it does make sense to have a closed beta. And then comes the question, how are they going to pick who gets in? Now, historically, I thought it was always pretty random. of course, they start by sending the beta invites to employees and friends of family kind of thing. But then when they extend it to other people, in general, it seemed like it was pretty random. But now in the FAQ, they're asking, how are beta test participants selected from the opt-in pool? The answer, beta testers are chosen according to their system specifications, in-game activity, and other factors, including an element of luck. I think this is the first time that in-game activity is explicitly stated as being something that could help. I remember stories of people basically being like super big fans, playing a lot, and then not getting beta invites, and then complaining that, well, my friend who never plays got in. Of course, there will still be some of that, given the element of luck, but it does seem that it makes more sense to give the beta invite to people who have more in-game activity, to people who have spent more time on the game, to people who are more likely to actually beta test. Because you can give anyone a key, doesn't mean they're necessarily going to use the key, or if they use it, that they're going to spend more than half an hour in the beta and actually give feedback. So giving people that are very invested in the game beta access is a smart move. Now, also something that I don't want you people to be discouraged about is that some beta testers will be chosen according to their system specifications. This does not mean you need a super PC. Blizzard wants to test across a range of systems, and it's going to be on PC and Mac. So different hardware configurations, different drivers. So whether you have a new PC, an old PC, Blizzard needs to ensure that it's going to run properly without bug across any system. And there's only so many computers that they have in their own offices, so that's why they like to get testing from people with other types of computer configurations. How will I know if I'm selected to participate in the beta? You'll get an email. It'll be the email associated with your Battle.net account, so do be sure to check that email. Will there be other ways to get into the beta besides opting in? In addition to opt-ins, we are also inviting key members of the community on a case-by-case basis. Invites to the Necro beta test will be extremely limited. However, an opting in is your best way to get in. So they've stressed this a couple times that it'll be extremely limited. How many players do you plan to invite to the beta test? The number of players we invite will be based on our testing needs. If we ultimately determine we need more players to participate after the initial testing, we'll invite more. And generally this is what happens. There are waves. The first wave is always tiny, no one gets in, and then toward the end, that's when a lot more people have gone in. In general, like I've been in StarCraft clans, before I started doing the whole Diablo 3 thing, from my experience, most people that really wanted to get in tend to get keys one way or another, either through key giveaways or through having friends who have keys to give away as well. The Necro might be different, I don't know for sure. Again, I'm just speaking on past experience with Blizzard betas. There's still the unlucky few that never get in. What game content will be available in the beta? Players who participate will have access to all of the Necromancer's skills and abilities, as well as other patch 2.6 content. I'm also excited for that. Challenge rifts? Do I say challenge rifts? In addition, new legendary and set items unique to the Necro will be added in over time. So this explains why they're close to beta without having all the items and sets ready. They're going to launch a Necro first with no sets, no items probably, or very few, and then slowly add them in for testing. Because here's what's going to happen. If they just release with the sets, then sets are the endgame. Sets is the end-all, be-all. They want people to test the Necro without the sets as well. So I think that's a smart move, and it explains why we're getting the Necro sooner. Will there be an open beta? In order to ensure focused feedback and a smooth testing experience for beta players, the Necromancer beta test will be invite-only for the duration of the test. This is a very very well-written PR way of saying what I said earlier, that, well, some of you guys aren't even going to test anything. You're just going to try it out and not give us any feedback. So, is there an NDA? There's no NDA. So we'll be able to share everything with you guys. And again, Mac users will be able to play, but there will be no beta for console, only for PC and Mac. And that wraps up this video, folks. Leave a comment with your thoughts. Are you excited? Do you want to get into the beta? Thanks for watching. Special thanks to my Twitch and Patreon supporters for making these videos possible, especially during these tough times of YouTube. I don't know if you heard, but like, there was a big fiasco and like some major name brands are pulling out of YouTube advertising, and like everyone's ad revenue has dropped like 90%. So again, huge thank you to you guys for for your support. If you enjoyed this video, please share it, check out these other videos, and subscribe to join Rhykker's Raiders for more Diablo content.